Hey there, fellow cat lovers, or, people who are just like morbidly curious about why we subject ourselves to these tiny furry overlords. Today, we're diving headfirst into the quirky world of our feline friends. I'm talking about the stuff that makes you go, is my cat broken, or is this like a universal cat thing? Spoiler alert, it's usually a universal cat thing. So if you've ever questioned your life choices at 3 a.m. because a small creature is using your face as a trampoline, welcome, you're in the right place. We're about to unpack 10 things that only cat owners will truly understand. It's going to be a wild ride, probably involving some existential questions about why we let these fluffballs run our lives. Let's get started. Because honestly, sometimes I look at my cat and I'm like, what even are you? But then they do that little head boop thing and I forget all the chaos. Mostly. Anyway, grab your lint roller, settle in, and try not to let your cat walk across your keyboard while you're watching this. Good luck with that. All right, first up, let's talk about the cat hair that's probably on everything you own. Cat hair, it's like glitter, but organic glitter that attaches itself to every single surface. You buy a black shirt? Congratulations, it's now a black and whatever color your cat is shirt. It's a fashion statement, apparently. I swear I could vacuum my entire house and within 10 seconds, a new tumbleweed of cat hair would just manifest out of thin air. And it's not just on your clothes or your couch, it's in your food. You'll be enjoying a nice home-cooked meal and bam, a rogue cat hair. It's a garnish now. Adds texture, I guess? I found cat hair in sealed containers. Sealed? How? Are they phasing through plastic now? Are cats interdimensional beings who just choose to shed in our dimension? You try to fight it, of course. You buy lint rollers in bulk. You become a connoisseur of vacuum cleaners, looking for the one with the most pet hair suction power, but it's a losing battle. The cat hair always wins. Next on the list, the legendary 3 a.m. zoomies. You're deep in dreamland, and then suddenly, thump, scrape, thump, thump, meow, your eyes snap open. Is it an earthquake? A burglar? Nope. It's just your cat, sprinting around the house like they're being chased by invisible demons. It always happens at the most ungodly hours, like, why 3 a.m.? Is there a memo cats get that humans are unaware of? And then they're off, bouncing off walls, skittering across hardwood floors, and using your bed as a trampoline. Sometimes my face is the trampoline, and the sounds, the thundering gallop of tiny paws that somehow sound like a herd of wildebeest, the crash as they inevitably knock something over, and then there's the vocal accompaniment. Let's move on to the art of the perfect cat nap. These creatures have elevated napping to an Olympic sport. They sleep like 23 hours a day. What is that life? Can I sign up for that? And the positions? Oh my God, the positions. You've got the classic loaf where they tuck all their paws underneath and look like a perfectly baked furry bread. Then there's the pretzel, where their spine seems to have just like evaporated. Sometimes they sleep with their face smooshed into the carpet or upside down with all four paws sticking straight up in the air. They can sleep anywhere too. On top of the fridge, prime napping spot. In a shoebox that's clearly 3 sizes too small. Ideal. On your clean laundry that you just folded. The absolute pinnacle of comfort, apparently. And don't even get me started on when they choose to nap directly on your chest, or your laptop, or the book you were trying to read. It's like they have a sixth sense for human currently attempting to be productive or enjoy a moment of peace. And the sheer, unadulterated peace on their faces when they're sleeping. It's almost offensive, like how can any being be that untroubled, that serene? Meanwhile, I'm over here stressing about, adult things, and they're just... Chapter 4, If I Fits, I Sits, the Cardboard Box Chronicles. Ah, the noble cardboard box. To us, it's a temporary container, a vessel for shipping, something to be recycled. To a cat, it is a kingdom. It is a fortress. It is the ultimate real estate. You could spend hundreds on a fancy cat tree, and your cat will choose the Amazon box it came in. Every single time. Why? What is this sorcery? The If I Fits, I Sits mantra is a fundamental law of the feline universe, and their definition of fits is extremely generous. I've seen my cat try to cram itself into boxes designed for a single bar of soap. They'll get 3/4 of their body in, looking ridiculous but satisfied. It's a testament to their determination, or perhaps their lack of spatial awareness. And it's not just boxes. Any vaguely box-shaped space will do. A laundry basket? Perfect. A paper bag from the grocery store? 5-star accommodation? A drawer you left open? New bedroom, apparently? Chapter 5, My Keyboard, the other, more interesting cat bed. Alright, let's talk about productivity, or more accurately, the feline war against it. Specifically, their undying, inexplicable fascination with your keyboard. You sit down at your computer, ready to get some work done, and then, out of nowhere, a wild cat appears. And where does it decide to plant its furry little butt? Right on your keyboard, of course. Because why would you need to type things like words or sentences when you could be admiring their majestic floof? It usually starts subtly. A gentle paw tap on the screen, a curious snip of the space bar. Then, they might try to help by walking across the keys, adding a delightful string of Astivgeitkel to your very serious business proposal. Thanks, Mittens, that's super helpful. Really adds a certain je ne sais quoi. Chapter 6. Emotional Whiplash, the Hot and Cold of Cat Affection. Now let's delve into the emotional roller coaster that is feline affection. 1 minute, your cat is treating you like you're invisible. They're aloof, they're independent, and you're just background noise. And then bam! Out of absolutely nowhere, it's like a switch flips. Suddenly they are all over you. They're rubbing against your legs so hard you almost trip. They're headbutting you with the force of a tiny, furry battering ram. They're purring like a miniature motorboat, kneading your lap with surprising intensity. It's an explosion of affection, a sudden desperate need for cuddles and attention, and you're left wondering what just happened. This sudden burst of love is, of course, always on their terms. You can't initiate it. Oh no. If you try to pick them up when they're in ignore the human mode, you risk losing a limb. Chapter 7. The Gravity Experiment. If it's on a ledge, it must go down. Let's talk about a behavior that is equal parts baffling, infuriating, and sometimes a little bit funny if it's not your favorite antique vase. I'm talking about the feline obsession with knocking things over. Pens, mugs, picture frames, your keys, that delicate glass figurine your grandma gave you. If it's perched on a table, shelf, or countertop, it is, in the eyes of your cat, simply waiting to be introduced to the concept of gravity. Violently. There's a certain deliberation to it. It's not usually an accident. Oh no. They'll approach the object cautiously, maybe give it a little sniff. Then the paw comes out. A gentle tap. Then another, slightly more insistent tap. They often make direct eye contact with you right before the final, fatal push, as if to say, you see this? I'm gonna do it. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. Chapter 8. Water Friend, Foe, or Fascinating Drip. Water, the elixir of life. For humans, a necessity. For cats, it's complicated. Their relationship with H2O is a study in contradictions. On one paw, you have cats who will stare, mesmerized, at a dripping faucet for hours, occasionally dabbing a curious paw into the stream. Then on the other paw, you try to give that same cat a bath, and suddenly, they transform into a writhing, yowling demon spawn with razor claws. It's like water in A is a completely different substance than water from one is a source of endless entertainment, the other is a medieval torture device. Make it make sense, cats. Please, I'm begging you, my forearms are begging you. Some cats, the rare unicorns, actually seem to water. They'll play in their water bowls, splash around, maybe even willingly hop into the shower with you. Chapter 9. The curiosity that almost got the cat investigating everything. If there's one word that perfectly encapsulates the feline spirit, it's curiosity. Cats are, by their very nature, tiny, furry detectives, constantly investigating every nook, cranny, and mysterious rustle within their domain. And their domain is, of course, everywhere you are and everywhere you're not, but they wish they could be. Nothing escapes their notice. A new grocery bag on the counter must be thoroughly sniffed, explored, and possibly climbed into. A door that's usually open but is now closed? An outrage. An affront. It must be investigated immediately. This endless curiosity is both adorable and at times a little bit hazardous. They have to know what's inside every box, every bag, every cupboard. You open the fridge, a cat head will inevitably try to sneak in. You're trying to wrap a gift? They're helping by attacking the ribbon and pouncing on the crinkly paper. It's like they have a severe case of FOMO, fear of missing out. On literally anything and everything that's happening, their senses are so keen. They'll hear a tiny insect crawling on the other side of the house and be off like a shot to investigate. Chapter 10. The Secret Language of Love, Feline Affection Decoded, sort of. Finally, let's talk about the unique, sometimes downright bizarre ways cats show their love. It's not always as straightforward as a dog's wagging tail and slobbery kisses. Oh no, cats have their own, much more subtle and occasionally alarming love language. You just have to learn how to decode it. Or, make wild guesses and hope you're right. That's what I do mostly. One of the big ones is the slow blink. If your cat is looking at you and slowly closes and opens its eyes, that's apparently the feline equivalent of a kiss or saying, "I trust you." It's like they're saying, "I feel safe enough around you to briefly close my eyes, thus making myself vulnerable." It's actually really sweet when you think about it. So, next time your cat gives you the slow blink, blink back. Engage in some interspecies, nonverbal communication. It's a whole vibe. Then there's the headbutt, or bunting, as the fancy people call it. Outro, well, that was a trip down the rabbit hole of cat ownership, so there you have it, folks. 10 things that, if you own a cat, you're probably vigorously nodding your head to. It's a weird, wild, wonderful life being a cat owner, isn't it? Full of tiny paws, loud meows, and endless judgment. But we wouldn't trade it for the world, would we? Okay, maybe sometimes at 3 a.m. we might briefly consider it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more quirky cat content. What are some weird things your cat does? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, may your lint rollers be effective and your cats be only moderately chaotic. See you next time. Bye.